the floor. I put a bullet in his head. There was no hesitation, but you made it easy when you strapped his body to a chair. So say goodbye to everything you ever knew before, and I'd understand if you went running out the door. And I'll keep you safe, and no harm will ever come to you, I swear. And I'll kill if they even dare. I'll kill, I swear.
Yeah. Cheers. Hi, Boo.
Oh
my gosh.
it's so far away.
It's fry pay.
Yet so close.
Oh.
But it's just far enough. You know, I think I need to put a COVID shield across here.
I'm gonna
just make
whoop your white ass
What?
right
No,
now.
we need one.
No, you sit your ass down. We have a really long story.
Yes, we do.
It's
We need
not
to get down to it.
long necessarily, but there's details. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Do it. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for choosing Michigan Murders and Music.
Where we discuss.
Your Highness, I was reading it.
It's a gorgeous state.
It is a gorgeous state.
I wanted to read it.
I know, but I wanted to read it.
Oh, for
too.
Christ's sakes. Will you guys do us a favor?
We're going to top it off with a little homegrown music, leaving you with a happy ending on a good note.
Ta-da! Ding, ding! We're videotaping for the first time today, you guys. That's a whole new fucking ball of worms. Can of worms. Ball of worms. They are a ball of worms. Do us a favor. We have a Patreon. Oh, it feels weird, but we have a Patreon. If you guys want to help us, help us. Anyways, follow us on the Instagram, the Twitters, the Facebook.
But please follow us. We would like you to follow us.
Oh my gosh, we have new listeners.
Oh, let's hear about them.
Oh, you have no idea. My heart nuggets grew
I like this.
20 times, like the Grinch. You know, I really am the Grinch when it comes to Christmas time. So I'm going to thank these humans for their support. Erica T is a new listener. She's from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Nice, Erica. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica. Michelle H. She's in Colorado. And she actually
Colorado.
sent such a
Man, their
nice-
weather is so bad there. We thought we had bad weather. What'd she send?
She sent this most sweet message that I had to print it off. And I look at it every day.
Oh, that's so nice.
I have one.
We really appreciate that kind of feedback.
I literally print it out too. One sits on my desk and one comes with me to work. Thank you. And also in Colorado is my cousin Andrew, who listens and cracks up at us, and I just think that's great. We have Chris from work who's been tuning in.
Is that Chris P again?
No.
Different Chris.
This is a different Chris.
How many Chris's do you have? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't know if Chris P actually listens, but he did like our Facebook thing, so that's cool. And then Jake from work, he actually introduced me to Dungeons and Daddies or Daddies and Dungeons. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons person.
Yeah, it's a whole different podcast, but
it's a great
it was cool.
podcast. And he gave us some really good audio feedback, and I think that was great. Thank you, Jake. Jenny M was super excited to get our stickers. Girl, thank you. I love your photos. Dude, Europe. 20 downloads in Europe. Who? What? Why?
Yeah.
And
I don't
one
think I know
download
even 20
in
people
Asia.
in Europe.
We don't even
I don't know
20
anybody in
people.
Asia.
Thank
I don't.
you, guys. I want to visit your land.
We need to do an explicit content warning. You ready for that, Your Highness? So, we are visiting a very difficult situation that is still ongoing. The case isn't even closed yet. There are lifestyles involved that we're not necessarily used to seeing. On occasion, we will laugh, and that's because we're surprised, shocked, and don't fully understand the situation.
Don't you feel like it's like when you see somebody fall
Yeah.
I feel so bad, but
Yeah.
I crack right
kinda-
the fuck up.
It's kind of like that. We don't fully understand, but at the same time, I've known some individuals that are very similar to the gentlemen that are involved in this story.
Are you talking about me?
No.
Okay, just checking.
If our reactions come across as insensitive, it's not intentional.
Absolutely not intentional.
No.
Our hearts are always with the victims and their families. That's why we try to use as little of
few
their
names.
names as we can. It does involve BDSM,
Yep.
and it involves cannibalism.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we're going to
Let's
get into the
on
meat
to
and
it.
potatoes
Where
of
are we
this.
going? What part
Well,
of the
first of all-
mitten are we going to tonight?
I will show you in 1 second, but why did you call me a dick weasel? Yeah, okay.
Dick weasels are cute.
Yeah, okay.
You look them up on Google.
You can call me a dick weasel all you want. They're cute.
You
So
can
we
call me whatever you like.
are going to a very small town called Maurice.
Maurice. I'm pretty sure it's Maurice.
It's 35 miles southwest of Flint, a town with 900 people.
I thought I grew up in a small town. I did grow up in a small town.
We're living in that small town.
It's not so small anymore.
It's not small.
However, we definitely had way more than 900 people. We had almost 300 in our graduating class. And we were a Class C school,
So this
900, population of 900.
small town, the Latunski family had a bit of history there, and they've lived there for years. I don't know about decades or not, but
Absolutely decades, I believe. They probably had oxen clear their 100 acres.
most likely.
You guys envision this. The house is beautiful. It's a brick house. And it has what's that thing called, Boot?
A cupola
A cupola.
on the top, on the roof.
And Boot said that they're useless, and I said I would
Oh, they're totally
find
useless.
a way to use it.
It's like a weather vane.
I would fetal position up in that thing.
Hey, you know why a weather vane has a cock on it?
No.
Because if it had a cunt on it, the wind would whistle through it and fuck up the weather.
Oh,
The Latunski family
you guys,
have
I just want to say,
several members.
beautiful brick house, 100 acres, farmland. Across the way is a cemetery, and the cemetery is called Howard Cemetery. And a bunch of the Latunski family is buried there. So it probably started out as a family cemetery and then grew to this ginormous town of 900.
Yep. So Mark attended high school in Maurice in the mid-'80s. Then he went to Central Michigan University. CMU.
Where's that located?
Right about here on the hand. There is
CMU in, isn't that south of Clare?
You know what? We need to
I don't know.
get our actual map up and
I am
functional
an
so we
ass.
can
I
show people
really don't know
where
where
things
Central
are.
Michigan University is located.
Mark was married in 2001.
Whoa, you just skipped a lot of numbers. Mark
I
attended high
did.
school in Morris in the mid-'80s. He then went to Central Michigan University from 87 to 91. He earned a master's degree in chemistry in 1995 from Iowa State University.
It's very impressive.
Again, I think about
That's
half
hard to
of
do.
our people that we've
They're all smart
covered
people.
have been really smart.
Yeah.
The other half
I don't
have
know
just
what
been
the
dumb fucks.
connection is. There is a certain contingency of what you
Dumb
call 'em?
fuckery.
Yeah, dumb fucks. Yeah, he got married in 2001. In 2010 and 2012, Mark was diagnosed with severe, recurrent, and chronic major depression with psychotic features, adjustment disorder with depression and anxiety, with paranoid schizophrenia and borderline personality traits. Otherwise, not much else. Just
This just cracked
Run-of-the-mill
me up
shit.
because it was depression. Yeah, you got a little bit of this. Let's just pull some things out of a hat,
Yeah.
and this is what you have.
yeah.
Him and his wife had 4 children. His ex-wife had claimed that his salary was in excess of $100,000 from the American Chemical Technologies Incorporated in Fowlerville, Michigan. At one time, he did also work for Dow. Everybody knows Dow Chemical
Right,
Company.
right. And there are issues recurring. Excuse me. Oh, my
Whoa,
goodness.
Good
I
Lord.
just belched.
Oh, my goodness. How sweet are you with that fucking language?
A court motion filed by his ex-wife stated that Mark had a history of mental illness, and she was just done with this shit.
That was in 2013.
Tired of his shit, yeah.
She said he had a history of not taking his medication.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, out of personal, I don't have schizophrenia, but I have issues. And if I don't take my medication,
Yeah, we both have issues.
it's
Yep.
it's not okay. I don't think I would flip enough to kill somebody.
No, not
but
like that. You just get weird
It's
and
just-
shit. Yeah.
Not okay to not take your medications. You're feeling great. And you're like, I feel great. I don't need my medications anymore.
A lot of people do that, you know.
then they
and
go off
I'm
'em.
sure that's what was going on
Yeah,
with Mark.
I kind of feel
So
like that.
he claimed that his employer wanted him to put harmful chemicals into products that they were manufacturing.
Yeah, he was fired from that job in 2019.
Yep. Between losing his job and his wife, he basically lost his mind.
Obviously, he had mental issues before, but I feel like this. I'm no psychiatrist, and I only watch CSI and
You're
every
a couch
other
psych.
possible true crime thing. I feel like this might have been a trigger point. He lost his job. His wife divorced him.
Yep.
He had been
He lost his
diagnosed
shit.
as.
Yep. In this
know.
case,
His wife said when he wasn't on his meds, he'd watch torture and horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
He would talk to himself. He would stay out all night. Threaten to get rid of his children's animals.
Okay,
So I can
that's
be
probably
more
a good
lost.
thing.
What
Yep.
fucking number are you on? What was
20.5.
that all about?
We just went through a time warp. You're on 20.
20.5. There's
and
no 20.5.
that's where I slipped it in.
Gross.
Yep, right there between 20 and 21. It's 20.5.
You're a dick weasel.
Yes, I am.
Go on
So-
with the story, because I'm going to drink.
He kidnapped his own children by... He didn't really kidnap them, but yeah, he kind of did.
He did kidnap them.
So kidnapped them by failing to follow custody plans. Kept her and her children, from leaving the home.
Yeah.
Made frivolous claims to CPS, that's Child Protective Services, and claimed she and her brother were trying to murder him by poisoning a well.
He was like, my wife and my
Wife's brother? Yeah.
brother-in-law, they're trying to kill me.
Yeah. He introduced...
He-
Yep, go ahead.
This part's so fucking nuts. We're going to be bringing in some nuts. It's so fucking nuts.
Yeah, he killed
Okay,
himself,
he introduced... Yeah, he killed himself with...
yet he's still
Wait,
alive.
let me get it.
Oh, here's one. That's
Oh,
already
no,
opened.
Look at this.
Oh, that's a quill pen.
This
That's
is-
that's a real pen right
It's
there.
from a raven or a
You
crow.
dink
We
it
don't know.
in your ink,
He
lick it. And,
took-
Yeah.
He did this and he said, I am no longer Mark Latunski. With the stroke of this pen, I am the child of people from England that I
This
didn't
dude's a
write
frickin'
down.
Douche.
He actually had a whole family name that he claimed he belonged to, and I forgot to write it down.
William Gregory Dean.
Oh, is that the name?
That's his
I
new
did
name.
write it down.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So he changed
Hello,
his name.
Hey, I am.
William Gregory Dean.
I am now William
No-
Gregory Dean,
no
and I
longer
wear
a
a
li-
leather kilt.
Yep. So
Sorry, I went off.
uh,
Give me my
so
feather back.
this guy has been committed to hospitals for mental illness several times. has severe underlying issues.
Yes, he absolutely does.
Mark married Jamie J. Arnold
You're just telling this whole story.
in 2016 after meeting him on Grindr. I didn't realize that you wrote Grindr that way. That's how it is.
It doesn't.
Grindr without
I was
me.
gonna go on Grindr to see what it was like, and I totally forgot to. God damn it!
Don't. It's gonna put a virus in our computer.
It's gonna put a virus somewhere. Okay, so
Speaking of viruses, did you know that you can fit 63 Earths in Uranus? Anyway.
63.
Yeah, 63 Earths in Uranus.
God, what happened to my anus?
No, not.
Okay, let's get back to this shit. Thanks for that tidbit.
So they were still
Okay,
married.
so this is the thing. Grindr is a hookup app where you hook up and do naughtier things than what Tinder is.
Very naughty things.
Tinder's like, I'm a sweetheart and I want to try to find another sweetheart. Grindr's like, yeah, bitch, bend over and let me spank you. And it's great. If you like to be spanked, bitch, spank me, please. Don't forget to pull my hair and call me names. Is all I'm saying.
So these dudes were still married in September of 2019 when Jamie came home to Mark with a man and said he had just had enough of that lifestyle and couldn't do it anymore. So
Yeah,
wait,
he
came.
actually said that night he just like made dinner and just went to bed.
He was
and
done.
was like, I'm just done. I'm just
Can't do
over
it
it.
anymore.
But he obviously still cared for him.
Why?
I don't know, but he has really great eyebrows.
Oh
He's
my
one
God.
Of those guys that
So in October,
shut up.
a New York man fled Latunski's home. We don't know who this man is. Fled Latunski's home,
I didn't want to give names.
jumped a fence, and called police after becoming frightened during a consensual sexual encounter.
The only problem is when the police got there, he was like, oh, never mind. And then he went back to Mark's house and stayed there for numerous days.
Uh-huh.
I think he may have been desperate for love. You're flying from New
I
York
don't think it's
to...
love. He had probably had no money and had no other options.
He came from New York.
Yeah, so it
to
doesn't
a
mean people are rich.
small town ass place in Michigan to get... You're in New York. Tell me you can't get BDSM in New York.
But he came to Michigan to get a womp womp up his womp womp.
Yeah, well, there's New York has lots of places to.
In his
Yeah, but it's New York, motherfucker. Why do you have to come to me? Why
Who
would you come to
knows? It's
Michigan?
exotic.
New York, you could just. Every other
Michigan
corner,
meat is
there's a
different.
Trying shit, don't work. Trying shit, don't
Apparently,
work.
this dude looked really good in a kilt, so you wanted to check him out.
Leather kilts are totally hot. Anything leather is hot.
Mostly.
Okay, so that happened in, September, his husband left him. October, this guy from New York comes to visit him, flees, but then stays for a couple of days. And then in November, a 29-year-old Lansing man came up, and he ran away from the house wearing only a leather kilt. He showed up at a neighbor's house, which was down the road a ways, and he had a rag to his nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we're in Michigan. Let's just think about this for a second. So this dude comes checking up to the neighbor's house.
We're a bit of a rough bunch here in Michigan,
Got
mostly.
a rag to his nose and a cell phone on in the middle of nowhere with a leather kilt and nothing else on.
Yeah,
And he
what do you think
shows
that
up
neighbor
at your
would have
door.
thought?
Well, the great thing is the neighbor was from Atlanta. And he was like...
He came to Michigan to get away from the weird things.
Atlanta's like Miami. Like, all kinds of fucked up shit happens. And by the way, that neighbor guy, I want to visit him.
We saw an interview.
I instantly fell in love with him.
Yeah, he looks like a genuine dude.
Just totally cool person.
Yep.
So that guy fled to the neighbor's house, Mark Latunski pulls up in his vehicle and was like, oh no, this is okay. Everything's fine. This is consensual. And the guy was like grabbing the neighbor's arm, freaking out, saying, no, I'm not okay. And then Latunski's like, I just want my expensive kilt back. But, again, the guy goes back home with Mark.
Yeah.
And does not press charges when the police are called. Because remember, he was on the... God damn it, I said remember again.
That's the way we talk.
Ugh.
We can't help that. That's the way we've been brought up. Anyway.
It doesn't matter. It can be anybody.
Yeah.
Your neighbor, the pastor.
Yeah.
You're in a town of 900. You just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Neither man wanted to file a police report.
Yep. Now we're coming upon Christmas Eve of 2019, just last year.
Yeah, that's about 11 months ago.
I feel like
from
we were
the time of this recording.
Making rock candy. Because I
Oh
like
my
to make that every year.
God,
but I
I get
am not
burned.
making it this year.
No, I get
I'm not
burned every
making it
time.
this year because we always end up with too much.
Yep.
Christmas Eve 2019, a young man, he's an amazing hairstylist.
Of course he
an
was.
amazing person. Don't be that kind
See,
of dick.
that's I
I'm
put that
sorry.
in the disclaimer.
You did. It's a disclaimer. We're going to giggle. His roommate had told him that, okay, he told his roommate he was going on a grinder date.
Yeah.
Didn't tell her where, like what town, but,
Yeah.
said, I'm going on a grinder date. So he did the right things. Like everybody tells you, if you're going to meet a guy in Denny's parking
You need
lot,
to tell someone
who's
this is
from
what
the
I'm up
east side of
to
the
right now.
state.
If you don't hear from me in 18 hours, you might want to call the police.
Right.
Because something might have gone majorly wrong.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
However, Kevin is the young man. He texts his
What's Kevin's last name?
Bacon.
Yep.
Okay. I love his family. I love Kevin. I fell in love with Kevin in every photo I saw. How many times have we heard parents name children? Why?
Right. Right.
There's
If your last name is Bar, don't call your daughter Candy.
Roseanne.
Candy Bar.
I was like Roseanne Barr.
Yep. And if your last
Candy
name is
Barr is a stripper's name. I was
And if you're-
talking famous people
and if your
names.
last name is Hunt, don't call your son
Cunt.
Mike
Oh.
Hunt. Yeah, there are certain things you just don't do.
My cunt.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I never
I knew one in high school, and
No.
it was. Oh, I had to hear him get paged. I think they did it on purpose. I'm quite certain. Actually,
I can't.
I work with someone
That's a Bart Simpson.
whose dad was the vice principal at my high school.
Yes.
And there's strong evidence that they were doing that shit on
principal-
purpose. Yeah.
Oh, that's so Bart Simpson.
Oh, totally.
I'm
It's so juvenile.
We're
It's
so off track.
dude, I
right
can
now,
laugh
but
about that
is-
stuff all day long.
My cunt.
The roommate received a text from Bacon saying not to expect him home. Okay.
The last known text or ping or anything from his phone was 6:30 in the evening on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas morning.
Yeah, his family reported him missing.
Always gets together for Christmas morning breakfast.
Yeah,
always. And he was absolutely expected to be there, and he didn't show up. And the roommate said, well, he went on a grinder date and said he was cool at this time, but I haven't heard from him. And so his family reported him missing. And
So
then
they took a strong search of the area. Kevin's car was found Seymour and Miller Road near Schwartz Creek, which is real close to where they are. Yep.
Kevin lived closer to Schwartz Creek.
The car keys were missing, but a bag of his clothes and his cell phone were left in the car. The cell phone is a weird thing. You don't just leave your cell phone in the car.
Wait, just...
Would you?
Okay, wait.
Maybe accidentally.
No, I wouldn't.
Like never.
But the thing is, did he text his roommate from the parking lot saying everything's good? I feel like that's fishy. That's fishy as fuck. I feel like the cell phone was taken back to the car.
Well, that
You'll
could be.
You'll understand that after more details, but that just ding, 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 donged on me just now.
You're right, and I hadn't thought about that.
I've wrote the story 5 times over, and that just dawned on me.
Yeah, right.
The phone gave police...
And they were able to gather information from his phone.
Yeah,
you know,
that
knowing that he was on
stuff.
Grindr and all that kind of stuff. The phone was used to trace its final ping, giving them an idea of where he was, not where the phone was found.
14 detectives on this.
You know,
case.
I was thinking about that. You have 2 suspects, 14 detectives. That's like 7
in a town
detectives.
of 900.
7 detectives per suspect. So that'd be like getting gang raped all over again. Yeah, I'm Detective Smith. Yeah, I'm Detective Jones. Yeah, I'm Detective. They're all wearing suits. It's like,
Wait a minute, though.
okay.
There's... Where are all these detectives?
They just show up, you know,
blatant.
and they wear trench coats.
Oh,
You know they do.
I bet
and smoke
Sam
cigarettes.
and Dean snuck in.
Speaking of which, I need to smoke a cigarette. I'm dead. You keep talking, girl.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna light up.
You know, there was a
Like a
bunch
detective.
of detectives that showed up, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. That was on December 28th, and they searched. Sorry, my nose itches. I'm real. You
Pick
guys
it.
will learn that I am real. Shit's on my sleeve.
Do
and
I need to
that's how
read
it
this?
is. No, shut up, Richard. They searched the home. They found a semi-shitty hidden room. Obviously wasn't like James Bond hidden because they found it.
It's probably a sheet laid across the door.
Probably a button right next to it.
Yeah.
Oh, wonder what happens if I push this button. Inside the room was a... Who's that guy? Mr. Gray, the bondage guy that all the ladies...
Oh, the Shades of Grey thing?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know
Ladies
anything
went
about that. I know what you're talking
ape
about.
Shit
but
crazy
yeah,
over him. It was a
heard
bondage
about it.
room.
Oh,
Chains, whips, bondage stuff.
you know, a lot of people have fantasies about that.
There's nothing wrong.
It's-
There's more than just fantasies. It's a lifestyle, and
For
that
a
is
lot of people,
cool.
yeah.
I am 100% cool with that. If everybody,
I'm okay with it. That doesn't mean I want to do it. It's just not my
it's
thing.
Everybody, if
Yeah, if you
everybody's
want to.
consensual, that's fucking great.
Mm-hmm. The problem is Mark would start consensual and then would go a little bit nutty. Hence the men running from his home.
In
Things would get
October
weird,
and November.
a little too
like,
weird.
It was like
It's
they
cold.
freak out, and then
Go running off wearing a leather kilt and knock
they-
on a neighbor's door.
but then they'd go back to him because
Because he had no place to go.
I feel like
I think it was manipulative enough to where he
Ding
could,
dong.
yeah,
That's what I was talking about.
make them come back.
Okay.
So they found,
Sadly,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the shitty part, you guys. This is where it turns really fucking shitty.
Really messed up.
So they found the hidden room, and young Kevin was hanging
Upside down.
by his ankles.
Mm-hmm.
There was a trap door under him that led to the basement. Mark had...
He stabbed him and sliced his neck.
He stabbed him first.
Mm-hmm.
He hung him up. He was already passed away, and then he sliced his neck. The coroner dude, like...
Hopefully he passed away before any of this
He
weird
was
shit.
definitely passed away before the neck thing. Thankfully.
So Mark was a guy who liked to eat Rocky Mountain oysters.
Only on a full moon.
On the night of a full moon.
Night of a full moon.
And I'll let you get to that in a second. Do we know what Rocky Mountain oysters are?
I'm gonna puke if I talk about it.
Okay, we won't people
No,
know.
you need to tell us. Some people
They're-
might not know.
Testicles of either bulls or goats, sheep.
I think it used to be bulls was the OG thing, wasn't it? I don't remember. They're balls.
So he liked to eat them on a full moon, but Your Highness, you know a little bit about moons. You're a moon girl, weirdo.
I'm in tune with the earth, and I love all things all natural. I'm hashtag a baby witch. I looked it up. The full moon in December last year was December 12th, not Christmas Eve like he claims. I had to eat Rocky Mountain oysters, which, by the way, he had some in his freezer.
Yeah.
He didn't need to do what he was about to do.
Mark cut off the testicles of this poor young man.
Which is where this cannibalism craziness came in. And I understand that, but I feel like the cannibalism was an afterthought. When I think cannibalism, it's like,
We refer to the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, where Bugs Bunny's taking a bath in the giant frying pot, with carrots and stuff. And
I don't know. Wasn't Dahmer, I forget.
oh,
I just think this guy did a really fucked up weird thing. Yes. Is it considered cannibalism
eating.
in the big scope of shit?
Oh, totally.
Yes, it is. But was he stripping off
By the way,
calf muscles?
good move on knowing the dates of the full moon. That's weird.
Dude, do you not know about Google?
Oh, yes, I do.
Did you legit think I just kind of was like, ooh,
Yeah, I thought you kind of
I
knew that.
intuitively knew when all the full moons are because my witches and my herbs told me so.
Yep.
Where are we?
So,
Rocky Mountain oysters. What did he do? Instead of using the ones that were in his freezer,
well, you got to cook the fresh ones.
he mutilated.
You got to cook the fresh ones. And then detectives found the frying pan with DNA and...
You guys get it.
Yeah.
Mutilated
He cooked them.
Kevin's nuggets.
And cooked them.
It's nuts. He
Yep.
went nuts.
So upon
I'm sorry.
finishing...
My friend Chris and I went off and
Oh.
had 18 nugget jokes. And it was ridiculously
How can you not laugh about
sick.
nuggets? That's just
Okay.
funny stuff.
Anyways.
Upon finishing the search, detectives found the hunting knife that was used, a photo Mark had taken. Apparently, he needed to photo document his activities.
I don't even want to see it. I didn't look.
No, it's just messed up. Yeah. Mark is charged with a murder and mutilation. And he admitted everything.
Lawyers tried for the cray-cray motion of insanity.
Yeah.
And he was in prison.
He was... But he was
in
found mentally fit.
Shiawassee jail, and then he was transferred to the Center for Forensic Psychology.
Yeah.
Do you not want to work at the Center for Forensic Psychology? That just sounds cool.
Yes, I actually do.
It just sounds
yeah,
absolutely cool.
I would enjoy that.
They put him on all of the meds for his bipolar depression, schizophrenia depression, whatever, all the things he had.
So
Why do I keep hitting
this
my
past
microphone?
month, October of 2020, he was deemed as competent.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was back on his medication. And damn straight, the dude knew what he was doing.
Oh,
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's just a...
Mark claimed that Kevin wanted to be assisted with suicide because he was depressed. And Kevin was actually on depression medication also. But when they
That doesn't give you
looked-
carte blanche to go kill somebody.
No.
And especially
And
in a fucked up way, and eat their testicles.
No. Testy
Come on.
eating is never okay.
No.
Even...
No, he wanted me to kill him. I just was hungry. Not,
No, it's not.
And they were just hanging there. Picking the low-hanging fruit.
He was very testy that night. Don't you get testy with me. I will take the testiness right out your ass.
Oh my God, Your Highness, you need to stop
I'm so
right
sorry
now.
You guys, I'm literally.
Hey, we put the disclaimer out there. We said we were going to giggle about things like this.
It's okay.
Doesn't mean that we don't.
Grab a platinum
feel for
vape
them.
cart, smoke up, and giggle. That's all you can do in 2020 right fucking now.
So Kevin did not want to die. He wanted someone to love him, to understand
He did.
him.
And
Don't we all, really?
Can't we all just get along?
We all just want to be loved a little bit.
I want to be loved by you.
He was a very empathetic
Okay, this is the thing,
soul.
though. When they found his cell phone, they found numerous messages saying, I want to be safe. I want to make sure we're going to be safe. Safe, 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 safe. That's a huge thing in the BDSM world. We have words.
Banana. That's the one that you say all the time. You're like,
Banana!
fine, all right, I'll stop already. Banana! Jesus. Fucking bananas.
Banana. You know, he did
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
not want to be killed that night, and Mark claimed he did. Mark claimed he wanted him to assist him do a Kevorkian, basically.
Yep.
Well, Mark's a fuck stain in the middle of all fuck stains.
That's a serious fuck stain. Yeah.
A lot of fuck staining going on.
Oof. We're hoping he gets prison for the rest of his life.
Michigan doesn't have the death penalty, remember?
Right.
Remember?
Right. The family's going for that. They're looking for that. I don't know if we mentioned or not, but this case is still open. It has not been resolved.
It hasn't. This is the only case
the time
we've
of
done
this
it.
recording.
You know what's weird? We have, when I research things for our podcast, I obviously go onto websites, but we've been avoiding the news since somebody became president. And 2020 has just been just shit. And it's the cycle of news has just been like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, we're being told what to think.
That.
So
This
interestingly,
made national news, and we didn't hear about it.
No, we didn't.
Because we were hiding.
Yeah,
We were
pretty
off
much.
plane.
So
Right after being locked up.
Mark refused to eat. He said he wasn't on a hunger strike, but he just didn't like the food.
Well,
So he just
they
didn't
weren't
eat.
chicken nuggets.
Oh, you said nuggets again.
They weren't
You know what?
testicles.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. I feel
Testes.
that in my nuggets.
Are your nuggets okay?
No,
Are you going to sleep all right tonight?
no, they're all blue and
I thought that
gigantic
was your
right now.
microphone ball. Thought you had a blue ball.
After months spent receiving treatment in an Ypsilanti psychiatric hospital,
My gird.
accused of murder, Mark David Lewinsky. Lewinsky! Latunski.
Isn't she the dick cutter offer?
No, she's the one that left that had a jizz mark on her blue skirt from President Clinton. That was Monica Lewinsky. Yep,
This is the
the
one that
jizz.
cut off the penis.
Oh
my
right,
God.
right.
I can see her face.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So Latunski's preliminary hearing on murder charges for Kevin Bacon's death is scheduled for 8:30 a.m. October 23rd. Now, COVID happened, and I know a lot of people are using COVID as an excuse to do all kinds of, or not do all kinds of things that they need to do. But still, this little bitch.
Again, our world's fucking nuts.
Yep.
It's knucking futs.
So-
It's a flusterclut.
He went to court with a mask on. On October 23rd, Kevin's family wants to see one thing, that he gets prison for the rest of his life.
It appears I put that in there twice.
You know, it does appear that
This
way.
happens, you guys, and I'm not editing this video, so fuck
And
off.
I just read it
So
as polite as I am.
Latunski, we say his name different every time. He sat with his hands folded, wearing his little mask, which we're all getting really used to seeing now. His hair was cropped short, his beard was gone. And this was actually the first case that we have covered that
Still
going
open.
on.
It's
Yeah, we
unresolved.
talked about
So
that a little
we
bit.
have to
Yeah. So we'll
speculate
have to
on things.
update
Yep.
you guys on what's going on. Yeah.
As soon as we hear if there's a sentencing or what is going to happen.
Side note,
Yes.
that remember back at the beginning of the story when I gave you the beautiful pleasantness of this. It's a brick home with like 2 arched entries and what's that thing called again?
It's a cupola. You want me to bring up a weather vane?
Is it a facade?
I'll tell you what a weather vane is.
Does it have a facade on it? Oh, does it have?
You know, you're a butt.
Does it have
A weather vane?
for Cynthia?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a book with pictures and rub your nose in it, just like when the dog goes pee-pee on the floor. Rub your nose in the pee-pee.
Oh, that was a good shot.
That was a good shot.
Thanks. I
So-
said, hey man, nice
Yeah.
shot. Side note,
It's a for Cynthia.
they fucking sold that house.
And it's a
I would have
facade.
bought that house in
It's a
heartbeat.
cupola, and it's a weather vane with a cock on it.
Shut up, Richard. Even without knowing what happened in it, it's a gorgeous fucking
Well, it's a nice house,
It
especially
is.
with 100 acres. Excuse me.
And a cemetery.
Mine.
Hello. I wish.
Yeah.
The house was in foreclosure, obviously, because dude went to jail.
Yeah.
And it went up in auction style, and it sold for. I love this
101,733.28. 28 cents.
cents.
Yeah.
Why? It was actually some dude from. I didn't write this down. but
Probably
it
a
was-
Chicago.
No, it
FIP?
was. Oh.
A FIP.
Shit. Don't bring up FIPs. That's just a whole thing that.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
But
never
they're
heard
they're
of it.
invading our
so
space.
anyways, they definitely were an out of town.
From Illinois.
Fucking hate you right now.
You know those people.
That's the story of what we like to call the nut cannibal. The canna nut.
Yeah.
He's
You know, I like nuts, but
I don't.
the ones that,
You like nuts?
well, you know, like pecans. And, you know, apparently peanuts aren't actually
Pistachios.
peanuts; they're legumes. But yeah, pistachios, almonds.
Pistachios are fucking great.
I can fill my mouth with nuts. Just.
Is this? That one's done. That one's done. This one's done. That one's done.
This one's not done. I'm still
Done.
working on it.
And now people know
Good
why
job,
we
Your
make
Highness.
that noise.
Hey, you know what?
Chicken Butt. What band are we doing today? One of the coolest bands ever,
Absolutely.
besides Murder Party, who broke up. We're
We're doing a fantastic band that
I'm not doing them.
is so obscure that even I don't know who they are.
Oh, you don't know who we're featuring tonight?
I
Is
don't.
our happy ending?
If I don't go pee-pee right now, I'm going to pee my
You
pants.
cannot pee right now. We're almost done.
Okay.
Okay, it's the VonWherewolves.
Oh, the VonWherewolves. Duh.